Hello, me handsome. So today we're just having a little bit of an update. What has happened, what's going on, what is going to happen. So, recently my wife unfortunately broke her ankle in 3 places, broke her finger and part of her hand. She had an unfortunate fall and it was an instant break on several places, which has been a struggle, but we put our heads down, we crack on with it. What does that mean though? So it means ultimately we're not going to be going to Center Parcs this time. We were really looking forward to it, a bit of sunshine, a bit of relaxation. But hey, that's fine. We've been able to move it to November, and thankfully they're having a bit more of a Christmassy theme then, so that'll be really fun there, especially for our daughter. She'll absolutely love that. What else is going on? So I've had a few comments and I've noticed we're neglecting wings. This channel was built as a wing channel, the simple, humble chicken wing, and we see how we can elevate it, how we can make it fun, exciting. So we need to be focusing a bit more on the wings. A lot of it, in part, is my fault. I kind of made a vow to myself that we would try and do a working weeks of videos for a year. We're nearly there, to be fair, which has been a great achievement, I think. Have the videos been good? Not all of them. Some have. Some I've been quite happy with. But let's be honest, some of them were just pure rubbish. But I set myself a challenge. We're working at the challenge. We're sticking to it. We're plugging through. And we have seen the channel grow slightly through it, which has been amazing. And thank you for that. But we need to get back to the wing side of it. Another thing that has come to my attention is, a few weeks ago, I had that sort of, we won't call it a breakdown, but effectively a breakdown of me wanting to understand a bit of food culture, understand what's going on there with my own love of food. And I've always liked the idea of having that kind of one thing that you're specialise in. You specialise in, you work at, you're unique at. And I came to the decision of tacos. Now, I love tacos. I absolutely love eating them. Where I live, we're not blessed with lots of inspiration in that area, which you could argue is a gap in the market, but hey ho. We've had Mexican places come and go, which has been a shame. Some of them have done the crispy tacos, which I don't believe are proper. They're just more nachos in a shape. We're talking about the nice soft shell tacos with really good fillings. So there's that. I think I've come to a bit of a stumbling block and a bit of a phenomenon in my mind where an epiphany, that's the word I'm thinking, an epiphany. What do I mean by that? Well, I had to sit down and a proper little think. In fact, it was actually in my sleep that I kind of thought of it, and I thought, what's the kind of one culture I tend to go to and look for a bit of inspiration, for a bit of enjoyment, for a bit of fun? And that's Australia. I went travelling around Australia for a little bit. Absolutely loved it there. Called it home for several months and absolutely, like I say, loved it there. The food I had out there was very good. It was very relaxed food, very comforting food at the same time, and just enjoyable food. I don't think I had any food out there which I was like, this is wrong and disgusting on so many levels. They take fantastic inspiration from Asia because they're so close to it. I mean, they're still miles from it, but they're so close to it. Obviously, Australian barbecue is well known, and it's obviously the joke of throwing another shrimp on the barbie. And yeah, it's just a very relaxed fooding culture. So we're going to be looking at a bit of that. Explore that, because in my mind, when I think about it, I can't think of anyone, and may well have, and please correct me if I'm wrong, who has gone to Australia and gone, we're going to do a food show about Australia. Not that I'm going to do that, hell no. I'd love if the BBC came to me and said, please do it. But you don't see that. You see Gordon, Gino and Fred going to America. You see chefs going to France. Rick Stein, for instance, going to France. You see chefs going to Italy to explore foods and stuff like that. You don't see them going to Australia. Now, is that because there isn't much of a food culture in Australia? I'd argue there is. Obviously, the pavlova was born in Australia. They love a meat pie in Australia, even though when you think about it, it's blazing hot country most of the time. A hot pasty would be quite weird. But the food culture is similar to ours, but ever so slightly different. So we're going to be doing that. But hey, just a bit of an update of what's coming up. Obviously, we've got the wing crawl coming up in July, which we're very excited for, as long as, touch wood, nothing else happens. Yeah, and that's about it. So thank you for your support. Thanks for listening. Ta for now.